Virgos. I'm here to do your daily reading. Thanks for your patience with me yesterday. I was just so tired. I needed a day off. But let's get a reading for you. So, universe. So, sorry, a little bit spacey. So if you guys are interested in gaining access to my extended readings, just go ahead and sign up for membership. Hit join, and you sign up for Virgo Bombshell membership. That gets you access to approximately 25 extended readings every single month. And if you'd like to sign up for a chance to win a personal reading with me, just hit like, subscribe, and comment down below. I am loved. So, universe, the person on my Virgo's mind, how do they feel towards Virgo? And what will be their next actions towards Virgo? I feel like the universe is saying that right now you're being faced with a choice. You could be, so right now what's going on, especially for Virgos, for Virgo risings, I believe, is that you could have somebody from your past return. Maybe you bumped into somebody that you know from your past, something along those lines. And that what I feel like this is saying is that there's you have clarity about an issue and a decision that you need to make. And that it actually is a very big decision because this person is holding the world in their hands. And so I feel like this is saying like your entire life, your entire world, essentially, can be affected by the choice that you make, and that you have the clarity to make the right decision, and that you need to be bold, straightforward. Doesn't necessarily mean that you need to like give this person a mouthful or an earful, but that you know you have all the knowledge and clarity that you need, and you need to be straight. You need to be very direct about this with yourself and face it as soon as possible. Do not dilly-dally in the place of, wondering, but make the decision. You have the clarity to do that. So, universe, how does my Virgo's person, yeah, because, and essentially that if you don't make, this could be a toxic ex, and I feel like this is saying that if you try to confuse yourself, that it could be about some toxicity here. It could be about maybe trying to excuse somebody's toxicity. I feel like this is saying that essentially something could try to come in and confuse you, confuse your mind. The more you allow this person in or make excuses or even have any kind of a connection to them with this chain here, the more confused you will become and the more delays you could create in your life with your blessings. Maybe whatever you could be destined to have in the future. Maybe it's a child. Maybe it's a true soulmate. So be clear with yourself and take action. Do not calibrate. I feel like what this is saying is that there is almost like with this ex person, that there's some sort of an energy that you calibrate to when you're around them, when you speak to them. When you're under their influence, when you're under the influence of their, oh, sorry guys, I bumped the camera. Let me just adjust this a little bit. When you are under the influence of their intentions towards you, that it calibrates you to a different timeline and it calibrates you to a different consciousness, and that you need to stand aloof from it. You need to be this figure that is clear, that knows your life. And even if this person tries to attack you or insult you, make you out to be one thing or another, don't let it touch you. Stay, because look at this person. They're over here in this dungeon in the dark with all this nonsense going on, and you're over here in the bright sunlight. You're standing by yourself. You're a page, so you don't necessarily feel like you're in authority or justified, or maybe you feel kind of alone or something along those lines. But just stand firm in your own space. And I would say almost like this could be saying, don't let this person into your space. Don't let this person into your home. If this person tries to invite themselves over or show up to your home, don't let them in, because once a person, gains access to your private sanctum, it can have an effect upon your energy, upon your privacy, upon, all these things. I feel like this is somebody who wants to conquer you and maybe draw you back in. This could be somebody who is an air sign. So a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. Could be a Capricorn. All right. Yeah. This person with the Two of Cups here, but the King of Swords in the reverse. This could be somebody who says words of lovey-doveyness, and yet they're totally cold. They're even cruel. This is somebody who says words of love on the surface, but then in the subtext, they're actually quite cold and quite cruel to you. And that's not acceptable. I feel also that this could be somebody who has a negative effect upon your life, that maybe they're trying to tear you down and make you feel like you don't even need, or you don't deserve real love. This is saying be very guarded at this time. Block this person out, and this doesn't have to be the normal person you're usually dealing with. This could be another toxic ex. Be very, yeah. This is, do not start over with this person, I feel, is a pretty clear message here. If there's some toxic ex that you made the decision to get out of your life in the past, do not let them back in. Do not hand this person a brand new start. Don't do it. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. Because the universe was speaking something to me today, and that is that when we come under the influence of someone's intention for us, by having them present in our lives, what this can do, especially if our own intention, our own willpower or self-esteem has been weakened by past abuse or losses, that their influence in our life can be very toxic if they have an intention towards us that does not align with our empowerment. So like if it gratifies someone for you to be powerless and needy and to need them, for example, then what can happen is that their intention for you is that you be needy, that you be poor, that you need them, or something along those lines, because then it enables them to take control over you. That having someone in your life in this capacity, even just allowing them in as a friend or on even a lower level, can have a very negative effect in your life, and that you need to be careful about that. But see here how that we have the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Wands here. This is somebody who just wants to trick you. This person wants to sneak in via gifts. They want to deceive you into opening up the door with gifts, with some kind of like offering, or maybe promises of money or wealth or commitment. But with the Tower in the reverse, this could be somebody who never really comes out of a state of crisis, that they're always there, and that they want to maybe this feels like it's somebody who wants you to kind of be in crisis so that they can feel like they can assure. It makes them feel valuable maybe to show up and help you, to be the knight here, the knight in shining armor. And they want to keep you in this page energy where you're just you have a pentacle, but it's only one pentacle, because then they can show up and be like, oh, look, I gave you this. But it doesn't feel like good energy. It feels like someone who wants to trap you in a state of codependence and weakness. And not so that they can love you, but so that they can control you. Yeah. Seven of Cups. You're facing a choice, but I feel like the energy that I've gotten so far is that you guys are very clear. You know exactly what you're supposed to choose. It's not confusion. The universe is placing a choice before you as a test to decide which way you're going to go. But I feel like this feels like some very, very clear energy. It feels like you are very solid. You know exactly what you need to do. And I would say just, focus on what you want and don't think about. I almost feel like this person could be trying to come in and tempt you through guilt. That if they can't outsmart you, maybe they'll try to play upon your compassion. Because Virgos tend to be very compassionate. very self-sacrificing, and self-sacrificing love can look like, oh, well, I feel bad for you, so even if this isn't good for me, I'm going to do what's good for you. And I feel like what this is saying here, oh, there's a pen under my butt. Okay. um, is that just, you can be nice. You can be like, I would say, if this person is trying to blow up your phone and send you lots of messages, you don't have to be mean, but you can, be distant and give them just kind of like, oh, like, don't get back for a while. And then when you finally do, just be like, oh, sorry, I'm real busy. And then just don't say anything. And then move towards your goals and think of yourself. In this situation, allow yourself to just think of yourself. It's not about this person. This person, they might try to manipulate you through guilt, and don't let them do it. Think of yourself. Yeah, so with the Knight of Swords in the reverse to the Fool, this is somebody who might try to bully you into having a fresh start with you. Hierophant, they might try to come in and convince you that they want a real commitment, maybe act like they are sorry about maybe being too power hungry in the past with you. But with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, that's a very aggressive, mean energy. And the Emperor in the reverse as well. This feels like somebody trying to bully you and almost herd you into a decision to let them back into your life. You could be dealing with a fire sign here. So they might be trying to give you something, but it feels like a very them-focused energy. I'm not really seeing a lot of emotional thinking of you, Virgo, type of energy. It feels like this is somebody who's like, this is about me. I want to get what I want. I'm angry with you. It could be somebody who doesn't really even really acknowledge you. I feel like at the end of the day, though, what this could be saying, Virgo, is that obviously it's a wonderful thing to think of others and to have the capacity to sacrifice for those you love, but not for those who are trying to manipulate you and steal from you, even just emotionally and spiritually. And I feel like the universe is saying here that the choice before you is to either choose your own, like to listen to your own intuition, your own heart, and your own will, and to think inside of yourself, does this tickle my fancy? Does this make me happy? Does this feel like what I desire? Or am I doing this for, am I thinking of another person of love? Love is great, and thinking of others is great. And yet we, especially Virgos, have a tendency towards self-sacrifice. I feel like what this is saying is that the universe is saying is that your choice is between thinking of self-sacrifice and listening to your own instincts and your own will and you're following your own bliss. And I feel that following your own bliss is the thing that you're being tested to choose. And it goes against so many messages we have. Again, there's nothing wrong with self-sacrificing love, and yet Virgos have the tendency to take it too far. And I feel like this is the test before you. And so I feel like the universe is saying, choose yourself. Like, this is about you learning to listen to that inner voice where you're genuine, where you're not just automatically being like, oh, well, this will make you happy, or this will placate you, or this will regulate and stabilize my circumstances if I placate to you. This is about Virgo looking inside and asking yourself, what makes me happy? Like, don't let this person guilt trip you into doing something because they've made you feel bad for them. I'm sure that they have, plenty to keep them safe and well and warm. I'm sure that they're fine. All right, so let's get you, universe, what can you tell me about this person, and Virgo? Exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey, and sorrow, loss, grief, and depression. So this person could come in with these types of energies towards you, maybe to try to sort of drain you. I almost feel like this is somebody who's very negative and who uses that to like drain the people, and almost deplete them to the point that they like lose their ability to make good decisions. I also just feel pain. So I also just feel like this is saying that this person brings nothing but exhaustion, sorrow, and pain into your life. This person is an agent of unhappiness, heart fog. So I feel like this is also saying that the more you allow this person, if you allow this person to in your life at all, the more isolated you will feel, the more foggy, the more, and also this could be somebody that if you broke up with them in the past, they could be wanting simply to try and, get one up on you and turn the tables to make it feel like they rejected you. Influences, attachments, third parties, peers. Like it just feels like this person is very, they're just going to bring nothing but like this feeling of like a bunch of negative energy from the outside world into your life. You need to, yeah, you need to focus on nourishing yourself, self growth, self focused. I feel like, that's what this reading is about, is that this person has this tendency to kind of like make themselves the main event, and you need to focus, and or like they know how to manipulate you, they know how to manipulate your morals and your virtues, and you need to focus on yourself when it comes to this person. Like don't let them pull you in. You need to nourish yourself. All right, universe, can you give me some advice for my Virgos in this situation? What can you tell my Virgos? Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Confidence is the key to success. New moon in Leo. So I feel like this is you needing to be confident in your, needing to stand up to this person, maybe even. And just be firm in the decision that you make. The answers you need are coming, and potentially a fiery climax approaches. I feel like what this is saying is that this person might get aggressive with you and try to ram into you and be like, I want what I want. I want things to be my way. But it says also, what do you need to release? And I feel like that is definitely showing that you need to release this person, the situation, and a new start is coming, but it's in the reverse. And also conclusions are within reach, but it's in the reverse. So I feel like these are both saying that like both of these things are within your reach, but it depends upon your making the right choice here. You need to make the right choice so that a new start can come. You need to make the right choice so that a conclusion will come into reach. All right, so I'm going to go into the extended for you guys and get some more details about this person. I hope that this has helped you, Virgos. And again, thank you for your patience with me today. I was just super exhausted, or yesterday, I just was super exhausted and I needed a break. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you soon.